Good evening. Many of us have spent at least part of today rushing around the shops looking for that perfect Christmas present, particularly for our children. Toys are now big business. Almost $11 billion will be spent on them during the holiday season alone. And nowhere is the business more competitive than in the world of dolls. Yes, Barbie has long been the biggest selling toy doll of all, but now there's a serious challenger. And in the fight to be number one, nobody's backing down. Here's ABC's John Berman.
In this corner, measuring 9 inches tall with big eyes and even bigger bling, the challenger, Bratz. And in this corner, with flowing blonde hair and an impossibly disproportionate bust, the 47-year undefeated champion from Mattel, Barbie. Now, you might think the world of dolls isn't the kind of place for a knockdown, drag-out brawl, but you'd be wrong.
Candy's not going to save Barbie. Barbie's not going to save Barbie. And the leadership that they have at Mattel right now is not going to save Barbie.
You sound like a linebacker on a football team. You're like taunting Mattel.
It's good. It's good for the business.
Trash talking in the doll business is good?
I'm not trash talking. I'm talking about the facts.
Meet Isaac Larian, the seemingly nice man who wants to pummel Barbie. He is the CEO of Micro Games of America, which makes the Bratz doll. He might not strike you as the doll kind of guy. He came to the U.S. from Iran with nothing.
I came here in 1971 with a one-way ticket and $750 in my pocket and the big American dream. And I have lived the American dream.
Larian went from washing dishes to building a toy company to the American dream on steroids, largely due to this big-eyed, big-headed, cartoonish doll. When Larian first saw the Bratz design in 2001, he thought they looked like aliens.
Do you still think they look like aliens?
No, I think now they look beautiful. I've grown to like them.
Last year's $2 billion in sales can make many things beautiful. Larian now says Bratz has a 40% market share and is the #2 doll in the U.S. market. #2 for now. Larian claims his Bratz girls are breathing down the lanky plastic neck of #1. That would be Barbie.
What's wrong with Barbie?
It's time for her to retire. She's been around for too long.
And you want to help Barbie retire?
Yes, I will help her retire. I will throw a party for her.
He's welcome to throw a party for Barbie anytime he wants, but it won't be a retirement party. She has been and will remain the #1 fashion doll in the industry.
Meet Chuck Scothen, a senior Mattel executive and former high school offensive lineman. His product is the long-legged Goliath of the toy business.
Hello? No way, really?
Since she was first created in 1959, Barbie has been an icon among icons with almost absurd success. One study found that 90% of American girls between 3 and 10 years old owns a Barbie doll.
Now we're traveling through the world of Fairytopia.
Scothen doesn't even like to talk about Bratz, let alone the fact that they might pose a challenge.
How is it that you think this became a story?
I think a lot of people like to talk about the underdog and the leadership positions. I think at the end of the day, it's really about making more out of something than there really is.
But last year, Barbie might have started to show her age. Sales dropped 13%, just as Bratz were getting white hot.
Is Barbie in danger?
Not in the least. Barbie has been and will continue to be the #1 fashion doll.
Barbie has rebounded a bit this year, but Isaac Larian is not impressed. He says he has the key to cool, a multicultural doll with the edgy, sassy attitude girls want these days.
The kids look at Bratz dolls and they think they're teenagers. When we ask them, how old do you think Bratz dolls are? They say they're teenagers. And when they look at Barbie doll, they think it's old, it's mom.
They think mom when they look at Barbie dolls?
What I would suggest and say to that is, first of all, if Barbie for some girls reminds them of their mothers, I would think of nothing better. The most important job a woman can have in many ways is being a mom.
There is no mistaking a Bratz doll for mom.
I look at that Bratz doll, she's wearing, the leopard skin top, she's got the sequins, she's got the hairs. I mean, people have compared them to streetwalkers. They look a little, trashy.
They don't look trashy to me, and this is, I think, trashy is in the eyes of the adults. When we show this to the little girls, and we have done that over and over, everybody says they're beautiful. They never say they look like a streetwalker.
Barbie is clearly going for a different image. What image, you ask?
First and foremost, I would say that the Barbie doll is truly based on some great values for little girls. The courage, inspiration, imaginative play.
Whatever that means exactly, Barbie is famous for having careers like Dr. Barbie and Astronaut Barbie. The Bratz dolls, well, they like shopping! This is their motto.
The girls with the passion for fashion.
The girls with a passion for fashion.
Right.
What's that about?
They have good fashion. It's okay to look good. It's okay. Who said that you have to? Who said that the girls don't have to look good?
And Barbie doesn't look good? I can tell you there are a lot of people who think Barbie looks good.
I don't know. the consumers who are buying Bratz dolls don't think Barbie is good.
If all this is true, why hasn't Bratz yet overtaken Barbie as #1? According to Larian,
but we would have beaten them up this year and a year before if they had not engaged in what I call really unfair competition.
You call it really unfair competition? Those are fighting words.
They are fighting words.
the Barbie-Bratz battle has moved beyond the Barbie dream house to the courthouse. Round 1. Mattel filed a lawsuit alleging that the designer of the Bratz concept came up with the idea when he was working at Mattel. Round 2. Isaac Larian sued back, saying that Mattel tried to corner the market on doll hair, and more seriously, that Mattel ripped off the Bratz concept for a new line of Barbie dolls, the Mycene dolls.
This is, the Mycene Barbies are what has, to some extent, they're in the center of a little bit of the controversy now because Bratz says these look just like their dolls.
Okay.
I mean, don't you see the resemblance between the Mycene Barbie and the Bratz doll?
What we see is an evolution to the Barbie brand. And again, the Barbie brand is made up of dolls that target girls of every age, because it's really an evolution of where the Barbie doll has been, with a little bit more animated look, but not necessarily something that's been inspired by the competition at all.
The cases are still pending, but both companies say they are confident they will win the legal battle, though they say it differently.
I'm not really going to talk about the legal piece of this. I have all the confidence in the world that the justice system and that our attorneys can work through those issues.
When we are done with Mattel, we will get them for billions of dollars, for not only for this, but for defamation.
So who will prevail in this doll brawl? It's one thing to be hot, Bratz are hot, but another to be iconic.
We're going to become #1. I promise you that.
I can't speak to his guarantee. What I can speak to is I believe that Barbie will continue to be the #1 fashion doll around the globe.
We're talking about dolls. I mean, shouldn't everyone be able to play nice?
They have gotten away too much with bullying everybody around, and somebody has to stand up to them. I will.
So you're going to fight them on the schoolyard?
I'm going to fight. Not in the schoolyard. I'm going to fight them in the courthouse.
And with this thing?
With this thing and many other things. But all 100% the old American fashion way.
Water in the court.
Merry Christmas. I'm John Berman for Nightline in Los Angeles.